Popcorn is a Tinder-like movie recommendation app. So when you open it up, you're gonna get this screen and you have these buttons across the bottom for seen, do not wanna see, skip for later, and add to list. And it'll just go through a list of movies. So Assassins, 1995, I have not seen it, so we'll skip that one. Haven't seen this, we'll skip that one. Ocean's 11, I have seen, so we're gonna add that to seen. Hunchback of Notre Dame, I have seen. And if there was a movie on here that I definitely don't want to see, I can tap the X and that'll get rid of it. So if there is one that looks good, I could tap on it and it's going to open up the IMDb page so I can get a bunch of more information there. And then I can go back if it looked good, add it to my list. But it's just a nice simple app for finding new movies. Off Reborn is do not disturb mode, but much more customization. So when you configure a schedule in this one, you can do it by days and there's a lot more options. So I have one set up here, just for this video, Sunday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. That's gonna turn the sound off during that period. So if I wanted to do another one, like say Monday, let's go 12 p.m. So you just tap the time block that you want and then it'll have these options here. So let's say I want it to go from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Okay. And now in that block, sound will be off. And so you can do a lot more with this because you can break down a day in a bunch of different segments and it's just easier to do seeing it all laid out in a calendar view like this. Looxcie is a really interesting app that I found. So what it does is it allows you to request a photo from someone anywhere in the world. So for example, in this app right now, I didn't request these, but these are photos that have been sent. So we can go to Switzerland. And this is a photo taken by someone else with this app today at 8:11. To request a photo, you can go to this map view, and this shows you all the users of this app on a map. So if we zoom into one of these, Westchester Township, Ohio. So if I wanted to request a photo from this place, I could type that in here and then send it out. And that person would get a notification that I'm requesting a photo. They'll take the photo and then it'll be sent back to me. So this is a photo that I requested and I received. This is from Cyprus. I can click on the little pin to see it on the map where it was from and I can like it. And so it's just cool to see that this is a photo from somewhere else in the world right now. Custom Search Bar Widget is an app that does what it says. It allows you to customize the Google Search Bar widget. So I have one here on the screen and you can see that it's green with white Google and a microphone icon. And when I tap on it, it gives me a shortcut to Twitter and Amazon if I wanted to search there. So that's what you can do. If you open up the app, you can go to Appearance and there's a bunch of themes that you can choose if you don't want to customize it yourself. You can also just go to Edit Widget and do it manually. There's some pro features in here that you can unlock. And that's what it looks like on your home screen, but then you can also customize what it looks like when you tap on it. So here I have a slightly lighter green and black icons. On the widget itself, you can add shortcuts just by tapping this little plus, and then you can add a search item, an app, a web link, or an action. So it adds a lot more personalization and functionality to the Google search bar. Following news can be almost impossible since there are just so many sources of news nowadays. Nuzzle is a news reading app that uses your friends on Twitter to help you see the news that matters. So what it does is basically you sign into your Twitter account and it's going to show you news that your friends have shared on Twitter, but it's ordered in how much. So the first thing on here is something that 2 of my Twitter friends have shared, but if I scroll down, I'll see things that were shared only once or twice. And so that allows you to see what people on Twitter are talking about. You can also go into the Discover tab if you want to see stories that aren't necessarily from your Twitter feed. And one of the cool things, if you go into the settings and mobile alerts, you can choose how many times your friends will share something before you get a notification. So if 3 of my Twitter friends share the same article, I'll be notified and then I can read that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always looking for just a bare bones, simple gallery app. Camera Roll is one that I really like, and you can see the interface is just simple. These are my folders. I can go into one of them and it's just a grid of my photos. Tap one to open it up, and then from here I can get more information. So it actually has information about what phone took this photo, which is kind of cool. And then I can share it and delete it and stuff like that. But that's pretty much all there is to it. It's just bare bones gallery app. If you like something like that, Camera Roll is worth a shot. Joey for Reddit, which I love because of the name, obviously, is a Reddit app. And it's special because it's built specifically for AMAs, Ask Me Anything, which is something that is really popular on Reddit. So you can use any subreddit you want, but it really shines when you go to the I Am a subreddit. And here we have AMAs from the past that are organized by category. So I could go into athlete here and see AMAs from athletes in the past. And it's a nice magazine style layout, so I can scroll through here, see nice big photos. And if I want to hop into one, just tap it. Then I can use the little arrows across the bottom to kind of jump to the questions and answers. So here's a question, here's a question, here's an answer. So you can easily do that. And then if you go back, you can also see which ones are live right now. So as I'm recording this, a guy from The Daily Show is doing a Reddit AMA. Can hop into that. And once again, I can see all the questions, but it looks like he hasn't answered any of these yet. So that's Joey for Reddit. It's not in the Play Store right now because it got removed because Google is weird with Reddit apps, but I'll have a link in the description where you can download it until it's back into the Play Store. So if you're like me and you really hate in the winter how the days are so short and it gets dark at like 4 o'clock, you're kind of constantly looking forward to when the days are longer again. And this is a really cool app. It's very simple. It's called Daylight. And all it does is it tells you how much daylight you have compared to the previous day. So right now I have 3 extra minutes compared to yesterday where I live right now. And it shows the sun in the sky where it is right now. So it's pretty high up there right now, but it will slowly move down towards the line. And the app changes colors throughout the day. And when it's night, it will actually be blue. But just very simple. If that's something you care about, this is a beautiful app and it does one thing and one thing very well. Note-taking apps are great for productivity and there are a ton to choose from. Fairnote is another one. So this app is pretty simple. If you want to create a note, just tap the plus. Then you can put a title on it and a note. You can adjust the color to make it stand out more. And then you can also give it a tag or a label, they call it. And when you have these created, you can easily add them. So if I want to just add home, I can do that. Or I could add a new one. And then there's a bunch of different ways you can organize it. So creation day alphabetically, you can even label, you can even organize it by color. And then on the side here we have a bunch of different things, so you could check out your favorites, ones that have reminders in them and stuff like that. So this is a note-taking app that looks simple on the surface, and it is simple to use, but it has a lot of powerful features built in if this is something that you really need to stay productive. This app is called WeMinder or YMinder, probably YMinder because it has to do with Wi-Fi reminders. So what it does is it will send you a notification when you leave or enter a Wi-Fi network. This can be useful for getting a notification to do something when you leave your house or vice versa when you enter your house. So all you do is you tap the plus button to create a reminder. And so you can put anything in here you want. I don't know, do dishes. And I'm going to have this be on connection. So when I enter my house and connect to Wi-Fi, my phone's going to buzz me and tell me this. And then you can have it be a one-time reminder or every single time you do it. And then you can also set the hours between when this happens. So maybe you only want it to go off when you come home after work or when you leave in the morning. Soundar is a music app that aims to play music that fits your mood. So you have all these bubbles here, and what you do is you can tap a bunch of these to set your mood. So let's say I'm in the mood for some funk. I want it to be relaxed and just chill. So then when you're done, tap the blue check mark, and now it's gonna find some songs to fit my mood. So now it just starts playing the music, and it displays a little bubble, and it only found one song for this mood. But usually what it will do is there'll be a bunch of different bubbles around here with songs that you can switch between and play. And now we have a couple more bubbles that are in here. I can tap on one of those and play those. So it's a great music app if you don't know what you want to listen to specifically, but you're in a certain mood. So the default, taking a screenshot in Android, you don't get a ton of tools. And if you want to do anything more with the screenshot, you got to go into another app like a photo editor. Screenshot Crop and Share is an app that gives you a bunch more tools when you take a screenshot. So after you enable it, when you take a screenshot, It's going to intercept that screenshot, and then it's going to bring up these tools. So let's say I want to edit it. Tap the little pencil icon, and now immediately I can choose what I want to do. So let's say I just want to take this section right here, and then I can crop it again from there, actually. Or I'm just going to save that. And now if I go into the gallery, my screenshot has been saved right here, and it's already cropped for me, saving me a step. So just add some more tools. If you're someone that takes a ton of screenshots like me, this can be very useful. Tank Out is kind of a crazy online tank world building type game. So what you're doing is you're trying to build a map while other people are playing on the map and shooting at you. So it's very crazy. I'll show you a little bit how it goes. You can create your own world and kind of drive around and create a map for other people to play. And you have only a certain amount of these blocks, and you have to buy more by collecting coins. But that's kind of boring. The other thing you can do is go into people's maps that they've created, and you can kind of just blast your way around and destroy everything that they've worked on while trying to stay alive, which is kind of crazy because they're obviously going after you, and it's just kind of a frenetic, fun, random, weird game. Pumpkin Attack is a tower defense game where you are protecting a castle from pumpkins for some reason. And so the weapons you have at your disposal are, you have this bow and arrow, which you can use to shoot them out of the air. If I can hit one, there we go. But you also have these things across the bottom, so spikes that I can place wherever I want. You can have one that put it right here. This is a vertical one. Then also have bombs that I could use. So that was pretty effective. And if you've ever played a tower defense game, you know what you have to do, and that is defend your tower. So not exactly a new idea for a game, but it is kind of cool that it's pumpkins, it's well designed, and it works well, and it gets harder and harder every level, as you would expect. Tomb of the Mask is an arcade game, and what stood out immediately to me is just the awesome retro graphics here. So it's kind of like a maze labyrinth type game. You're basically going to run through. So you swipe in a direction to run, and then you run until you hit a wall. You're like running on the walls. And you can collect these coins and just zips through the level like this. To get 3 stars, you're going to want to collect these stars. So there's one. Here's another one coming up. You're going to avoid the neon because that'll electrocute you. And we're almost to the finish line here. There's a 3rd star right there. But I'm not going to want to hit this neon, so I'll go up and then down. And now I avoided that. And there it is. That's basically what you want to do. But obviously it gets harder and harder. And you can use the coins that you're collecting to buy more things like a shield. So if I had to go on that electrocution area there, I could use my shield and then it wouldn't electrocute me. But that gives you an idea of the game. Really love the retro graphics, and it's really quick and fun game. Gentleman Ninja is another really quick arcade style game. So you can see he's holding a red and a blue ninja sword, and you have to use the blue sword to attack the blue enemies and the red sword to attack the red enemies. And all you do is you tap these red or blue buttons. So blue, red, blue, blue. The only thing I don't like about it is the camera doesn't like keep up with your movement really well. Red, 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 blue, red, blue. And when you get to the gate, you do both of them, and now we're moving. Oh, caught up with me. So my best so far is 31, and that's basically all you're going to do is just try to see how long you can go before you hit the wrong color or the road, which is crumbling, catches up to you. So really simple, just 2 buttons, really quick, easy arcade game. Color Fling is a game all about colors. This is not a game that colorblind people are probably going to be able to play. And all you do is you see the color on the top of the screen, and you fling the correctly matched color from the bottom. So blue, blue, fling it up. There we go. And now they're just going to start rolling in. So you got to find the red one. Here we go. Red. Here we go. Baby blue again. That's looking for a green. And as this game goes, the colors get closer and closer together. So you may think that you had the right color, but it's actually slightly off. Okay, so right there, I thought I had the right color. I looked like the same shade of brown, but you can see here they're actually slightly different. And this isn't even the closest I've seen. I've seen 2 shades of green that were barely different. So you really have to know your colors. You really have to pay attention to minor differences in shades of colors. So if you have a good eye for detail, you'll probably be good at this game. Change the line is all about changing lines. Pretty simple. So all you do is you tap left or right to move your little yellow dot on the white line. And you can see those red obstacles. I don't want those, obviously. And you can see the lines end. So you're gonna wanna move from line to line. You can jump all the way across multiple lines like that. And so you're just gonna try to survive as long as possible. I died right there. So it's kind of difficult because you have to think ahead, see what's up ahead that you have to avoid, but also watch what's on the lines and avoid those as well. But that's all there is to it. You just hop from line to line and see how far you can get, and that is your high score. Breakout Ninja is an endless runner platformer game. So you're this ninja, and all you do is you run across the screen, and you're gonna tap when you enter these circles. And it's all about timing. If you tap right when you're in the middle circle, you'll get a little extra bonus. And so all you do is you just tap these circles, and he will perform an action when you do that. But you gotta have your timing just perfect. If you do a little bit too soon, like I just did right there, you'll die. And so the goal is to get as far as you can without dying, obviously. Now there are a bunch of other levels that you can unlock. So for example, once you score 100, you can unlock on the roof, which is cool. So you don't have to just stick to this, but you have to actually play to earn that. You can obviously use real money to buy stuff, but where's the fun in that? Toaster Swipe is a adorable breakfast themed game. And so all the characters in this have something to do with breakfast. So we are playing as a toaster right now. And all you do is you swipe to control the direction that he goes. So I'm gonna go up to get this toast. Then we go diagonally, and you bounce off the donuts and bagels and stuff. And then you wanna get the toast at the end, which is a little bit different color. You can see there's like a spinning donut there. If I hit that, I would die. So there are obstacles that you need to avoid. Here's jam, which is gonna shoot you in a certain direction. Whoop, whoop. Oh, hit the donut. Let's try that again. Dang it. Oh, dang it. It's really hard to control where you're going because it's kind of just like a pinball effect where once you hit one thing, you start flinging everywhere and you lose control. Get the middle, got it. There's also forks here that you can see. Now in this level, there's these portals that will take me across the graham crackers or biscuits, whatever those things are. So I go into one, and now I am a toaster cannon. So we're gonna go up to there and across it. So that's Toaster Swipe, a fun breakfast themed game that will make you hungry.